up, YouTube? So, had to run out, do some things, get the day rolling, and just wanted to go ahead and sorry, it's gonna be a little shaky, but I do my best. The law of obscurity. Why is it so important to make sure that everybody knows you? Look, if you're not advertising every single day and you're trying to get that joint, you really need to be advertising 24 hours a day. And if you can't advertise 24 hours a day, you got to figure out a way to get it done. All right, you got to figure out a way to be everywhere at one time. That's the only way that you can be sure that work is coming in. That's the only way. That's the only way. I think I stopped at like the billboards, right? It's cool to if you can afford it. I already checked out the prices on them. I never bought a billboard. I figured out ways to get around it, but I never actually done that. But there's ways to get around it. I mean, because I think depends on how heavy the traffic is. For a big billboard, let's say on the highway, you're looking at about $3,000 a month. All right, $3,000 a month. If you're going to invest that kind of money, you can also invest it in let's say a television commercial, right? I know that we have Time Warner down here, where it's about to be changed over to Charter, but we have Time Warner in North Carolina, and Time Warner will charge you about $3,000. They'll shoot the commercial, they'll make sure it's on there, all that good stuff that comes along with it, right? But it's like, again, it's only a 15-second commercial, right? $3,000, 15-second commercial, and it all depends on the times that you choose to put it on. But again, that's old. That's the old way of advertising. That's what our forefathers did in order to make their business prosperous. Because again, this is before internet. All right, before internet. Right now, you put $3,000. If you put $3,000 into like a social media or into like Google or something like that, $3,000 for a month, man, you'll get massive traffic. You'll get so much work that it would be like ridiculous. You'll definitely get 100% return on it if you know what you're doing. If you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, contract it out to somebody who does, so you don't lose all that money. If you desire to learn it, I'm going to have some classes to show you how to learn it, that you can be a part of. I'm also going to put some stuff out there that's really going to help any kind of newbies, or if you've been struggling in your detailing business, whatever the case may be, right? Because there's no reason that nobody should be without work, right? There's no reason. Like, it's a whole planet full of dirty cars. There's no reason why you shouldn't have work, unless the area that you live in, if the area that you live in or that you're servicing, your prices are too high. Okay, that's one thing. Another thing is that's it. Your prices are too high, and the person don't even know that you have a detailing business, right? I don't even have decals on the side of my van, right? I took them off because people were calling me on the highway, bruh. They'll call me on the highway. Hey, I want to put in an order, and at that time I couldn't take your order. You know what I'm saying? So I redirect them directly to the website, put it in. But I was getting so many calls from just that alone that it was just awesome. But it's all about how you advertise. And before you're a detailer, right? Before you're a detailer, you're a businessman. And honestly, before you're a businessman, you have to be a salesman. You have to be able to sell your product. And that's point blank. That goes across the board. And we are in the American economy. And the American economy is built solely on sales. You have got to sell. And you can't sell to somebody if they don't even know what you're selling, right? Nobody knows you. There's no need to pray to God for, oh, God, please help me get some work. There's no need for that, right? Every day, go out, use what you have in order to get what you want. There's so many free programs out there. There's so many free ways of advertising now that there's no reason why you can't do it, right? I got a book that I'm coming out with shortly, and I definitely send you guys a video and a link on it on ways to advertise without spending a dime, right? Without spending a dime. It's programs, it's different things inside of it without spending a dime. Now you cannot solely live off this, but it will give you a great kickstart, right? For especially for newbies. You just not getting the mobile detailing. This is going to be awesome for you, right? Where it just pushes you out there. People know what you're doing. You have a system already set up, totally free. Comes with websites. I'll show you free websites, free automated like let's say automated what is that called? Like automated emails, automated things, to where you're out detailing. Like I'm out here, I'm talking to you right now. My system is out there working right now, but I got the paid version, so you can't totally rely on just free advertising. That's just not going to work. All right, not forever. It will work for some time, but you can't totally rely on it. You got free advertisement, then you get into your paid advertisement. You need to have some training in order to get to that paid advertisement, right? So you're gonna need that. So you're gonna have to. I think in this day and time that all businesses, you're gonna have to have your own television show. You're gonna have to have your own radio show. You're gonna have to have all these things in place in order to survive, because your competition is not just like my man down the street, Joe Mobile Detailing. That's not your competition. All right, Joe Mobile Detailing probably don't do that much work. Your competition is CNN. Your competition is ABC. All these big networks. That's your real competition, right? Because you got to get away. You got to get away from all this noise that's around there, right? And so when a person thinks about, dog, I need to get my vehicle clean, the first person that comes to their mind is me, right? Or you, rather. That's what it needs to be, right? And just because you put the advertisement out there one time, don't think that they're calling you back. Don't think because you left a business card on it. You might have knocked out that detail and that joint was awesome, right? But so much noise come out after that the customer will totally forget about you. So you have to get their email address. You got to have a system in place to get their email address, get their phone number, get their address. All right, because you want to be hitting from all corners, right? You want to be sending out mail to them. You want to be sending out emails to them. You want to be sending out texts to them. You want to get everything that you possibly can in order to make sure that customer remembers you. All right, remembers you, right? My man, I don't know if you ever seen Troy with Brad Pitt. He was playing Achilles, and dope. It's a dope joint, man. But one thing that really stuck out in the movie was that a little boy in the first scene, Achilles had to fight this other dude, this like giant, like he is cut big, and Achilles wasn't there to fight him, and so my man had sent a little boy to go get him, and so when the little boy got there, he told him, say, look, this guy is the biggest man I ever seen in my life. It's the biggest man I ever seen in my life. I wouldn't want to fight him. And Achilles said, and that's why nobody will remember your name. Because you don't take out them giants. You don't fight the people. You don't go the extra mile in order to make sure that your business is successful. You have to go that extra mile. You have to do more. You have to work harder than your competition. Do more than your competition. And again, your competition is not Joe down the street, all right, that does mobile detailing. Your competition is CNN, all the stuff that got noise in it, all right? That's your competition. All right, so I'm going to come back with a part 3 of obscurity and the law of advertising, man. You got to make sure that people know who you are, all right? Know who you are, know exactly what you do, right? And make sure your business cards and all your flyers is very plain, very simple. Do not overdo it. I used to overdo it every time. I used to put so much stuff on my business cards. It's crazy. But do not overdo it. But make sure your business card is nice and neat. And all your flyers is nice and neat, and it get directly to the point. Oh, this person does detailing. Don't let them have to figure it out. So till next time, grind time.